Hey guys, welcome to the Sooner Surge for a little different video and edition here today. This is Jeremy. I go by Germ, joined by Jason, two identical twins who grew up as avid sports fans. Our life was sports. We lived, breathed sports 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And we always had a dream to kind of be sports commentators or have a sports radio show of our own, but never really followed that. We got into, I'm a teacher and educator, and Jason's been involved in business and other things throughout his career. And it just never was a way where we could get involved in, sports analysts and commentating and things like that. But we're here today to talk about Sooner Surge and who we are and what we do and how you can support us. So I'll let Jason kind of start with who we are as Sooner Surge and how this journey began.
Yeah, so Sooner Surge began about 6 months ago in August when actually my son Brody, he and his friend Jackson kind of started podcasting. Really, they were doing some podcasts for fun about OU. They're massive OU fans, obviously, with the name Sooner Surge. Brody started writing articles through WordPress and had a website of his own and putting articles on there. And in the meantime, Hunter joined us. Jeremy, you know a little bit more about Hunter. I'll let you kind of say where he came in on this.
Yeah, we invited Hunter in because Hunter's going to OU next year. Has already been accepted and is going to be following and doing broadcasting and journalism there. He's highly involved at his high school with Chieftain TV at Sapulpa. He wrote for Insider Institute several articles and has been to play-by-play broadcasting camps the last few summers. So we just knew that, he had some expertise also we could bring in and join the team. And he's been a great addition.
Yeah. So they kind of, this is all between these three high school students that will all be, their goal is to go to OU. Like Jeremy said, Hunter next year, the other one's the year after, and they're all going to be majoring in sports journalism. And so what they've created here at Sooner Surge is an avenue for them to, write articles, do podcasts and different things. And so that's kind of who they are. And they're passionate OU fans. I'll tell you this as well, that, when they research, they have intel, they do know people on the inside, they do have very good information. So they're just not some run of the mill fan throwing out information. So I just wanted also you all to know that up front as well. And, what they do and what they've been doing for the last 6 months, it went from, just a podcast with Brody and Jackson to now me and Jeremy have kind of joined in on the podcast to get just to kind of argue ourselves, really, just kind of live out a kind of a childhood dream on that part of it. But we're just also here just to guide them out on this journey as they move into sports journalism. And so, and then also Jeremy's son, Traver, you can elaborate on that as well.
Yeah, it's, as a dad, it's great to be able to, my wife gets on to me a lot about how much time I spend on the Sooner Surge podcast and Twitter Spaces and things. But really, it's an opportunity for Traver and I, who's my 13-year-old son, and he loves sports. And it's just a hobby. We talk sports, we research sports, we write articles together and things like that. And I know the same is for you, Jason, with Brody. So this has just been it's a great team we have here together, guys. That's just really passionate about sports all around. And you can see kind of here as we move forward to what we do here at the Sooner Surge. There's a wide range of things that we do. It starts with articles. We do have articles on Sooners 360. You can check that site out, but we've had several articles and content there on that site. It's a great site for us.
Hey, one thing about that too, Jeremy, on the Sooners 360, I don't think a lot of people know is, when Brody was writing articles, basically on his own time for the website there, they reached out because they had seen the articles, they had seen what was being put out there, and they wanted Sooner Surge to join Sooners 360. So that's been a good thing for us, good platform to put our articles on for sure.
That's right. And outside of articles, we do a whole lot of other things. And, Twitter Space are things we're starting to do more of just to get some interaction with the fan base and with our followers, just to get the opinions of others on several different topics. We have several podcasts. We do a lot of pregame pod, football, postgame pods, but it's not just football. We're doing basketball. We're going to move into the baseball realm. We're going to talk about softball at OU. We're going to talk about gymnastics and other things all across the board at the University of Oklahoma. And then, like Jason said, there is some insider intel that we can have because we've got 3 guys at different high schools across the state of Oklahoma. They've got connections with high school students. They've got connections with who they've worked with in the past and who they've been around at broadcasting camps. So they do have the ability to reach out to others and gather some information. We do have the YouTube that we just started recently. But really interviews is we've done a lot of great interviews with a lot of great sportscasters. We had Toby Rowland, the voice of the Sooners, on. We've had many different players. Going to have Jalen Hill on shortly, probably within the next 24 hours to join us on an interview. And we'll do an article on Jalen, their senior at Oklahoma and the basketball team. And also we have, Frank the Tank. So we also go and expand and broaden our horizon to national interviews. And one thing we try to do is we try to get the audience to just see inside of the person who they are. And we try to, ask questions that'll help that person, just show who they are and not just ask them the basic questions. So that's something we've done and we will continue to do as we move forward.
And also along that line too, all this, as Brody, Hunter, Jackson, and Traber, as they move into the sports journalism realm at OU, just this experience of doing these interviews, writing these articles that they do, it's just going to really help them as they move into their college career and their professional career. And the next, just want to kind of close out with kind of like how you can support the Sooner Surge and the ways that you can support. First off, nobody here gets paid. This is all for passion, being OU fans. This is all for the high schoolers, their careers going forward. That's all this is about. And so we're not asking for money or anything like that. This is all for their, career growth. And so ways that you can support, man, interaction for sure. Likes on the YouTube, comments on YouTube, feedback on YouTube, on Twitter as well. If you follow us on Twitter, please follow us and really interact. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Sharing the name Sooner Surge. I mean, like I said, these guys are really, they put a lot of time in these articles. I will say, Hunter, Brody, and Jackson, their articles get out very quickly after games for game recaps. I mean, you're talking within 30 minutes after the game's over, there's an article out. So they work really hard. They work really hard on trying to get interviews. And so really just your interaction with them on Twitter and with Sooner Surge on Twitter and on YouTube. And for sure, sharing the name on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube is just going to help obviously get more followers. But it's not about followers for us, really is not. It's about just them growing as they move into OU for their careers. I mean,
yeah, I think this is a great thing to get behind and support young guys who know their dreams, know what they want to do at this age already. And we're here to just really urge them, push them, catapult them into that field of what they're wanting to do and just really gain a whole lot of experience that they've done. It's great for them to practice interviewing people. It's not an easy thing to interview athletes and media personnel. But these guys have done a great job and they're going to continue to do a great job. And again, we're going to have a pod coming down later tonight and an interview with Jalen Hill shortly. And get on board. Follow the Sooner Surge. Share it. And we appreciate you guys.
Please subscribe down below.
Please subscribe. Well. Yeah. Right now, subscribe down below. And I know these guys will appreciate it as well. Thank you.
Boomer.
Sooner.